I am the future, I am the present. It's your boy, Lost Soul. So now, we are talking about Flash, Season 4, Episode 2, Mixed Signals. And the way how this episode starts off, it has an individual about to go in the elevator. And when that person goes on the elevator goes up and down, up and down, up and down, basically bringing the person over there up to heaven. That starts things off. Then after that, it goes to a Tom Cruise homage. I forget what movie, but the song, you know, it goes with the well, you know it. It goes through that while Flash is making breakfast for Iris. He does his Flash thing. He realizes he's missing something. He zips off. He goes to the coffee store, gets the coffee while dropping pennies at the same time, and comes back and finishes his deal. Him and Iris, they have a little breakfast. He mentioned he planned something without Iris really agreeing with it, but she kind of agrees with it, and that's like the pedestal to them having a little bit of conflict. After that now, he's about to start work. Surprisingly and strangely, he gets his job back as the investigator of you know, how murders happen, how situations happen, you know, that sort of thing. You know, he's been gone for like 6 months. So after doing his investigation, he figured out that the person was flown up and down and it was not a malfunction of the elevator. So now going through all this, they figure out that there is a new villain in town. Another villain of the week. Never put his name out yet, but eventually his name is going to be Kilgrove. And when I heard that name, it automatically reminds me of the Jessica Jones first season where the main villain was Kilgrave. So I kept on mistaking the two. I made a mistake while I'm telling you how the episode went. So I may say Kilgrave was really supposed to be Kilgrove. But bear with me. So anyways, he's the new villain of the week. They still haven't shown him yet. It shows like an Asian type guy driving in an expensive car, man. It looks like thousands and thousands of dollars. So while he is driving, the car malfunctions. So Flash, being told that something's going on, he goes there. Wally asks if he can help. He goes, "No, I got this." When Iris tries to say something, he goes, "No, I got him." He zips off. And Iris becomes irked again. So while he's running, he's saving the day. He believes he saves the day, when in actuality he's leading the car to go somewhere where they're still making the road. So when that happens, he zipped to Walua, zippity yay. My oh my, what a wonderful day. He zips. He sees the car. He actually goes back, goes to while mechanics fixing a car, doing something other. Steals his ratchet. He comes up, and in slow motion, while he's just breaking down the car to its itty bitty pieces, while the guy's still driving. He ends up on the street while he's yelling, "Ah!" Then it hurt, and it just right before it hits the wall, it stops. And so it continues on. After that, guess who's back in town? Gypsy. One of the characters I do love, by the way. She comes back. She misses Cisco. She wants to have a little date for them to know each other a little better. Supposedly they've been dating for the past 6 months when Flash was gone, which is all good. It's all chill. But she gets a little irked also because Cisco is kind of busy, and he says he'll make it up to her, which I find funny now because both Barry and Cisco are having like situations with their girlfriends, which they have no idea the situation is going on. So now getting interviewed, the Asian guy that was driving the car, I'm just gonna call him Asian guy because he kind of looks Asian to me. He tells Joe, well, Joe asks him some questions, and supposedly he has no idea what's going on. He came up with a fabulous line, which I love because in the DC universe, it's very true. He goes, "Who would hate a billionaire?" Which I'm going to think it, all the billionaires that everybody loves. You got Ollie, Bruce Wayne, that Palmer guy from Bomber Tech. The only person I could think of that no one doesn't really love is Lex Luthor. But every other billionaire, everybody loves them. So after he puts on a good face, seems like he's telling the truth, but as soon as he leaves, he calls somebody, telling them they need to talk. Now during all of this, another person mysteriously dies. So that's 2 people from the clique that died mysteriously from someone no one knows. So at this point, they go to an investigation. They find a picture of the people that have been going. Is a picture of a group that they, a tech group that they, made some kind of tech equipment with. They saw the 2 that died. They saw the one with the interview, the guy, and they saw a girl and some guy they haven't seen before. And that's when it kind of comes to them that that guy may be the person they're looking for. So during this time, Wally says he could do it again. He could do it quickly. Iris asks if she would, asked that she should help, and I said, "Don't worry, I got it." And he zips away once again. So this time, this is when Caitlin comes in. She talks. She senses something's going on. She tells Iris that in her past relationship, she went to couples therapy. But then Iris, being a little bit embarrassed, saying, "Nah, me and Barry, we're like the golden couple. We always click, we always match. It's all good. We don't need that sort of thing." But deep down inside, you know, she really needs it. So now, the guy that I called the Asian guy, he goes to the apartment or condo. Looked like maybe it was a loft of some sort of one of the persons that still have yet to be ousted by Kilgrove. It was like a chubby girl, a little pudgy. She actually reminds me of one of my old friends. So he's telling her that this guy is after us. Both of the people that helped invent that invention are dead, except for 2 of us, so one of us will be next. But she is saying all this is a coincidence. She doesn't believe any of it until Kilgrove actually shows up and sees both of them. And then the girl, instead of being scared, she just ups up, be brave, and saying that, well, if you would have helped with the invention, you would have got it too, but you didn't want to, so we took it and we became billionaires, and it's all on you, not on us, so please leave. And at this point, he just smiles and goes, "You know what? I see that diabetes thing is electrical and it has some little tech in it, huh? What if I did this?" And he does something with his eyes, and she almost overdoses on maybe some kind of penicillin or whatever it is. No disrespect, that people with diabetes have. She's on the ground. She's struggling. This is when the kid Flash comes around. He kind of saves the day. And that's when she tells that Kilgrave got the other Asian dude. And now the search is for them. But during this process, Wally and Iris are in couples therapy. And it seemed like they're trying to copy if you saw the movie Mr. and Mr. Smith, you know, they're saying little hidden messages that both of them get, but the person that's interviewing them does not get. So going through, they're trying to help each other, but you can see things are slowly starting to boil. So it goes back to Cisco. Cisco tells, at this time, oh my gosh, you thought a day passed or something like that, but actually not. Maybe about 6 hours has gone. So Cisco left Gypsy waiting for him for like 6 hours. She comes back. He apologizes again. He goes, oops, I'm sorry. I'll make it up to you. But okay, well, right now I gotta do something. Is it okay? She says it is. She leaves again after 6 hours. So at this point, this is when Caitlin goes, when a woman says it's all right, it really isn't all right. And that's when Cisco knows something is wrong. Now going back to Barry and Iris, they're back in the therapy. This is the point where they're going back and forth. Then finally, Iris blames Barry for leaving, saying, "Why did you leave me?" Which after that point, I'm gonna get to something about her with you, the audience, watching. So at that point, Barry, he's like at a loss of words. He doesn't know what to say. So it cuts off that, and it goes back to Kilgrave. See, I told you I was about to say Kilgrave. Kilgrove has the Asian guy. He's locked up. Flash is sent. Flash goes by there. He thinks he has him, but Kilgrove notices that Flash has a lot of tech, which I'm going to get to that tech with him in a second too. So he basically bamboozles, poka, doing all these things to it to make Barry's equipment go by. He gets as big as Missy Elliott in that video, Blame the Rain, I believe it's called. His eyes goes yellow. All these things going out. A self-destruct button, an encase button. All those go across. He barely manages to get away. He asks again, what could they do? What could they help? Cisco doesn't have an idea. Kanan doesn't have an idea. Joe doesn't have an idea. Finally, Iris says, what you could do is give yourself a lightning bolt. And while people are saying, no, that's crazy, Barry finally says, I'll do what you say, Iris. I trust you. He does it. Everything goes good. He comes back. He sticks Kilgrove with some nanotechnologies that, I guess, dims his powers or kills his powers. He wins, not Kilgrove. Flash wins at the end. It's all good. It's all gravy. After that, Cisco finally, well, I wouldn't say he finally apologized, but he apologizes for what happened. He sets up a nice romantic dinner with Gypsy, which, by the way, she looks lovely in a dress and with the high heels and the legs and the ooh-wee, the calf muscle. Damn. So he's having a good time. Flash and Iris, they're having a conversation about how the relationship is when he's going to be the Flash. And he mentioned that as the Flash, he has to do a lot to save people. That she mentions, you're not the Flash, we are the Flash. Doesn't end like that, though. It ends with the Barry, Joe asking kill Grove, how did he get his powers from if it wasn't from the original Lex the Lex, the thing that Barry went through, the accelerator that gave most of the people their powers. He got his meta powers somewhere else. He says it's not him alone, it's a bunch of other people that you'll be seeing soon, which is very interesting to me at the moment, especially when the cop walks them out, then the black guy turns around and he gives those eyes, which I'm going to get to in a second. So you know something big, something big is slowly starting to happen. So I'm going to tell you first my dislike, and my major dislike is Iris West, and let me tell you why. Last season, everybody knew, the whole Flash team knew, that Wally had to go to the Speed Force or else the whole city would be in ruins, possibly the world. It wasn't an option, it was something he had to do. Everyone knew it, Iris knew it. Barry told Alice to, when I'm gone, keep on point, keep Team Flash together, help save the world. She says okay. Now fast forwarding now here, she seems so arrogant and so pompous, saying, how could you do that to me? How could you go to the Speed Force and leave me? Her knowing that the reason why he went there in the first place was to save the world. It's like she's saying that she's more important to Barry than Barry saving the world. That's from my aspect of saying it. Of seeing it. My mistake. So I can understand why people dislike of the Team Flash characters. Most of the people hate Iris, because I don't know if it's the line she's being given or what, but she always comes off like a dainty little Grinch. But I didn't say Grinch. Every episode. That's something that's very hard for me to understand. So that's one. Another thing I dislike, the whole Flash suit. Call me old school, but Flash does not need a suit of armor like Iron Man. It literally feels up to me, but I know they can't do the technology because of they don't have enough CGI or whatever. But I just have him with a regular tight suit or whatever, and that's it. That's the Flash. He's speedy. Go with that. Maybe a GPS to see where he's going, possibly. But or obviously a communicator so he can communicate. But that's about it. He does not need all that sort of thing. That's just bogus, unnecessary, uncanny. Do not need. Another thing I didn't like is the way how they're treating Wally West right now. They're not giving him any, he's almost a side character. People, I don't know if they must have forgot that for the past 6 months he was the one saving the city while Barry Allen was in the Speed Force. So when he came back, I'm very shocked to see that Wally West still hasn't really grown from the 6 months. He's still doing basically the same stuff. You figure he'd be a little more mature, but the writers are making him seem the same way, and they're giving this Flash, he just came back, they're giving all the new equipment while Wally gets nothing. Really? Nothing at all? I wonder if they even gave him a Big Belly burger. You know what I'm saying? Why haven't they just given everything that they given to Barry, his suit, put it in Kid Flash's suit, Wally's suit? And then outside, I didn't like Wally's hair. I just noticed that his hair is permed now. When he first came up, he had the typical, because he's either biracial or maybe a light-skinned black guy, but he had the black hair. And now I notice it's permed down, almost like Prince's Purple Rain. Well, and something like that. But you know what I'm thinking? It seems like they're not using Flash well. I think they need to put him in his own type of city so he could be the hero and then possibly come back and make him be more mature. I don't know how they'll do that because he already has Central City. I'm thinking possibly put him in Central City but in Supergirl's world. Because I remember when Flash was in Supergirl's world, he said a Central City exists, but it doesn't have him, Caitlin, or any of those person. Put him there, make him be the hero there, make him establish himself, make him be his own man, make him be more mature, and then, they could just swap universes because he's a speedster anyway. But make that his home turf. Central City and I think it's Earth 12. Whatever Earth Supergirl's in, put Wally in there. I think that would be chill. I think that would be the business right there. And another thing I did not like was the inconsistencies with Barry's speed. Let me give you an example. When the bomb got thrown, Wally was able to use his speed, his quickness, to catch each and every one of the bomb spurs, throw it in the garbage, look at Joe and the other guy, finish off the other spurs, put it in the garbage, come back, basically, poof, save the day that quick. But yet, when he was chasing that car with the Asian guy in it, he had to take the wrench, unscrew each one of the cards to make the car, basically to break down the car, so the guy would stop. Now the reason why it's inconsistent, if he was so fast to get rid of all the bomb spurs, he should have been fast enough to just open the door, pull out the guy, let the car crash, bada boom, bada bing, guys saved, car still destroyed, but it crashed through a wall instead of him taking it a piece part by part. I know you guys out there feel me on this one. And all in all, those were like the only things I disliked about it. Things I liked about it: the slow motions with the bombs, the slow motion with the car. I love that slow motion of him like running, going across that. It kind of almost reminded me of Quicksilver from the X-Men New Class movies. I think it was the second one especially. I love that. I love how Caitlin is still fighting with Killer Frost. It seems like she still can't control it somewhat. The Jekyll and Hyde, Bruce Banner, the Hulk thing going on there. Like, I'm actually waiting for that to explode, for it to turn into that Killer Frost again. I admit, at first, when this whole thing happened, I did not like it at all because it just seemed totally ridiculous. But now I'm falling down that rabbit hole, and I'm loving that stuff right away. Another thing I liked about it, I like the fact that Joe seems like he's an audience watching, because especially when he didn't know what the HE double hockey sticks is going on here with what's going on with Cisco, what's going on with Flash, and just the whole situation with the villains. I was like, he's just like a fish out of water, saying like everything has gone crazy. Like, he's watching it from the audience point of view, which watching it, that actually made me chuckle. I'm not gonna say it made me laugh out loud, because literally when people say it made me laugh out loud, they don't really mean that. But this literally made me like give a little chuckle, like because I was feeling what Joe was talking about. And I also liked how it ended with the guy smiling there. I did think it was a little too much, because oh my gosh, if you ever saw The Simpsons with I think it was Homer, when he said, oh look, you know something's gonna happen because you see the dogs with the eyes shifting. Like, for that episode, that's almost exactly to that point. It seemed like that was going on, but I still liked how he did it. So I gotta tell you, Oh, the villain, Killgrove. I like that whole technology thing. Hopefully he gets back, because I think they could expand on that whole thing a lot more. People thought it was like a silly type of superpower, but if you go back to Heroes, like season 1, season 2-ish, and even the revamped episode when that little kid, forget what his name is, but he had was it a technopath, I think they call it, where he could control all technologies too. He could make the green lights turn red or go green. He could go into the internet. He could do all that. I'm hoping like Killgrove will expand to that further, so he could be like a computer hacker challenging Felicity. Not even challenging, because if he could just control his mind, he would like outmaneuver her and just expand his powers in that thing. But I did like him. Even though it seems stereotypical because of a tech guy being like overweight, like with a beard and all that, I still liked how they portrayed this person. And I think that's all about my likes and dislikes about the episode. I'll say I also liked when the whole entrance is Gypsy. I hope she comes in a lot more. That'll be very adequate. So all in all, if this is your first time watching it, I keep it simple with the ratings. I've seen the other YouTube pages, and their rating system is so, oh my god, so like cliche. So all I'm gonna say, 3 things. If it's a hype episode, that's what's up. If it's a alright episode, it's chill. If it's a bad episode, step your game up. This episode right here was definitely a chill episode. So what did you guys think? Come on. Give a like. Tell me what you thought about this episode. You know what I'm saying? So, it's your boy Lost Soul. See you on my next review, or possibly a live reaction. Hope you guys are doing fine, because I'm doing fine here in the 6th bear known as Toronto, Ontario, Canada. And I'll see you next time, baby.